Good morning, dear students. Today is our lesson. We'll start the second unit together. Today is our first lesson, discovering the past. Have you got an idea what's that place? Have any of you seen this picture before? That's a very interesting place. No, it's not in Egypt. It's in Italy. The man, this one, he's an archaeologist. Let us read together. This man is an archaeologist. He is entering the underground tunnels beneath the Colosseum. Colosseum. This is the name of this historical monument in Italy. It's exactly in Rome. The Colosseum is a vast oval theater or arena. It seated up to 60,000 people. 60,000 persons can sit inside there as audience, who came to see drama performances, sporting events, and fights involving gladiators. The gladiators are the fighters. Gladiators were men trained to fight with weapons against other men or wild animals. They entered the arena through the tunnels. A separate tunnel was used by the emperor to enter the Colosseum without needing to go through the crowds. So the main doors were for the 60,000 persons to get in and out. The others were going or could go inside through the tunnels, even the emperor himself. All right, if we can check the question to the opposite page, circle the statement or the statements that are correct. The man in the photo is looking for wild animals. Many people came to see gladiators fighting at the Colosseum. The emperor had his own interests into the arena. What do you think can be a good answer? Take your time, give it a guess, and here we are. Exactly, the last two are the correct ones. All right. For the time being, we will discover the first lesson. Flip the page, page 18. If we are together in the class, I will talk about such question and we need to discuss it together. How much do you know about the history of your own family? How important is it to find out about past generations and why? Everybody would tell me who is an important person among his ancestors who are the family members before him, who can tell me about some travel that his family had if they were living in another country and they came to Minya, whatever the discussion can lead to. Then we will start together exercise 1, which is listening and repeating. I will tell you the word and you should repeat it after me. Ancestor, ancestor. DNA, DNA. Genealogist, genealogist. Generation, generation. Great-grandparent, great-grandparent. Related to, related to. Trace, trace. In the class we would discuss together if any of these words are known for you and you would try to come up with a guess. What does it mean? Then we will confirm your guesses by reading the text and we can extract the meaning of the word throughout the reading. If I'm too fast, you can pause the video or repeat it to listen again. For now, we will go through the text, this one. Here we are. We're reading together, Discovering Your Family's Past. I will read. I need you to put your finger or the tip of your pen on the word we're reading as following together. Most people know something about the previous generations in their family, who their parents and their great-grandparents are, or where they come from. Lots of people are curious to go back further in time or understand more about their ancestors' lives, but this can get complicated. A 10-generation family tree could show more than 2,000 people. So, why do people start on the long journey of tracing the past? Here are some of the questions they want to find answers to. My family has always told stories about my ancestors, but how true are they? Was my great-grandfather really an actor like me? Am I related to anyone famous? When I was looking at family photos, I found a picture of my great aunt. I look exactly like her. Why is that? Can I find other people I am related to in my community or in other parts of the world? There are two main ways to research our family history. The first one tells you about recent generations. It involves researching official records such as birth, marriages, and death in your area, or looking in old newspapers. Many people also do internet research. Special websites give information if you search for your family name. Some people call on the help of a professional genealogist whose job is to help people trace their family history. The second way to research your ancestry is by DNA testing. This can give you information about your more distant ancestors. For example, about which part of the world they came from. You could also be part of a larger research project like the Genographic Project, where researchers are using advanced DNA analysis to find out about how humans have populated the earth. That was the text. I'm sure that you had few marks on words you did not really guess the meaning for it. This is why we are off to the booklet to get to know some of the important meanings we're going to learn through our lesson. This is the booklet. That should be page 37. We start with archaeologist. Take care with the pronunciation. Ke, not ch. Archaeologist. Someone who studies objects of people who lived in the past. Beneath, under. That's the tunnel that the Roman emperor used to go through. Then we have vast, very big, very wide. Gladiator, that's a fighter. Arena, ring, a kind of a stadium or a court, especially for sports like boxing. right? Then we have seat up. Take the capacity, how many people can a place fit or take. Generations, group of the same age. Your dad, your mom, your uncle, your aunt. This is your older generation and family. What about grandparents? They are elderly. So this is how the generations, the group of people have the same age or similar ages. Usually about 10 years of time. Curious, eager to learn, interested. Ancestors, family members who lived and died before you were born. That's the ancestors. Ancestry, origin, related to, connected. Community, society, involve, require, need. Genealogist, someone who studies the people who are related to each other. Distant, far or remote. Analysis, that's a test or an examination, and that's a noun. Who can come up with the verb out of it? Analysis, noun, what is the verb of it? Can anyone guess? Exactly, analyze. Populated, inhabited or occupied. Trace, follow the track of. Trace someone, that's a verb, is to follow the track of that person. Complicated, hard or difficult, and geneographic, the use of genetics to study human migration over the time. That was a good hint about our words, and you will definitely find the booklet most helpful, as it will tell you all about the words you need to know. For us now, back to the student book, we are off to exercise 4. That should be about the words. So we will get to find the words in bold in the text to complete these sentences. As you know, the words in bold are the same words which are in exercise 1. We will get the meaning and we will check which one fits where. My grandma's mom and dad are my grandma's and mom and dad. They are my great grandparents. My aunt used a special website to space our family history. Give it a guess. Trace, that's correct. Again, I remind you, we're having it through the words in bold in the text or through the words in the yellow box in exercise 1. It's the same words. Space testing can tell us about the history of human population. That is DNA. A space helps people to find out about their family history. That should be exactly genealogist. Even my great-grandparents come to our big family celebration. There were 4 their generations. Let us count together. Great-grandparents, who are the parents of my grandparents. This is 1. Grandparents, 2. Parents, 3. And our generation, this is 4 generations. My cousin, number 6. My cousin researched our family to find out about our space. He discovered that we are space, a well-known artist. 2 more words out of the yellow box. Here we are. My cousin researched our family to find out about our ancestors. He discovered that we are related to a well-known artist. That's super. Very good. Now we're done with the first part of the lesson. The second part will be exercise 7, the collocations. First, what does this word mean? Collocations. Collocations, this is words that come together to make the meaning come to sense. To make the meaning come to sense. All right. Most of the collocations you already have heard it throughout our lessons before, throughout your free reading, maybe in summer. These are not new to you. But the whole point is that we are focusing the spotlight on the collocations. The most famous collocation is do homework. Can I say make homework? Of course not. So it's a verb, come with a noun, to make the phrase make sense. All right. Visiting my grandparents' home was a dream. Come, exactly. Come true. That's correct. Number 2, Alicia came face to face or neck to neck with a portrait of a girl who looked exactly like her. Face to face. Who can say neck to neck? That's a question for you. Check it. What does neck to neck mean? And where exactly can I use this phrase? World War II came to space in 1945. Came to an end or came to a finish? Exactly. Came to an end. As you can see, all of it are familiar. Somehow you know the answer. Civilization has come a long way or path since the time of our earliest ancestors. A long way. That's good. When the president come to power. Very good. Excellent. It came as no space that Nadia failed her history exam. It came as no surprise. All right. Now, as I told you, it's all familiar, but let us go through the meanings that will take us to the collocations, meanings that we already put to you in the booklet. So, a collocation is made up of 2 or more words that are commonly used together in English. As making bed, make the bed, do homework, save time, do the dishes, give someone advice. Ours, dream, come true, something you really wanted to happen in reality. Face to face, meet in person. Come to an end, finish. Come a long way, developed, achieved a lot, became very successful. Come to power, be in a charge, be the manager of something, be the boss of something. Come as no surprise, it was expected. Everyone knew this. Now we're nearly done. What's left should be the exercise in the booklet. So we will go through the classwork. You will choose the correct word and we will mark it together. So when I say this area is thinly, there is no traffic. So I should say thinly populated, thinly related, thinly seated. Of course, I would say populated. So, the area is thinly populated. That's correct. Unemployment is a big problem in the Egyptian generation, Egyptian people, Egyptian community. That's correct, community. As the gladiators entered the space, all spectators cheered loudly. Spectators are the audience for sport. To the arena. That's good. The new stadium is seated up for 100,000 spectators. The older space doesn't like pop and fast music. The older generations. All right, that's good. Now, the last part of our exercise should be to fill in the spaces. This chapter of the story is space, the life conditions in the 1990s. This chapter of the story is related to exactly. These footprints can be traced easily. A space is someone who helps you trace your family, genealogist. There is a big painting on the living room wall of my father's ancestors. Could you space a favor for me? Could you do a favor for me? Do a favor. That was the second exercise and the end of our session today. Unit 2, Lesson 1, Vocabulary. Thank you all. Best of luck.